Hi, Mark speaking, and I thought I'd do the extra layer to give you that little bit of pizzazz on your viewings when you're showing a house for sale. That you're going to have a viewing, people viewing the property. They're coming around the house, and you've just finished it. You've done the refurb. You've got all the carpets done, and they're new. You've got all the paint done, and it's new. The house is looking good. You might have refurbed the bathroom and the kitchen. The outside areas are done, and now you're showing off your property for sale, and that. When you've done all that, the extra layer is the smell. So today I'm going to deal with smells. Now, there's an awful lot of people that do not like the smell of paint. And so we're not trying to mask it or anything. Open the windows after you finish painting, get rid of as much as you can, of course. But the extra layer, the home shows, the makeover shows, will tell you that when you're showing a house, you should bake some fresh bread, because then your house will smell of freshly baked bread. No one has ever done that at all. It's a load of nonsense. You can't have 20 people going in your house, different appointments all through a few weeks, and bake bread every time someone's coming to view. Another thing the home show says, have some coffee brewing when they come round. Again, no one does any of this. It's complete and utter nonsense in real life, because if you've got 20 people viewing your house over different times and days over the course of the sale of the property, and a property sale might last about 9 weeks, you can't be baking bread and brewing coffee every time someone comes around to see the house. So that's a load of nonsense. However, we want to make sure we've got that extra layer of pleasant smell in the house. So what we use is these things. These are called reed diffusers. And if you go to a cheap store and pay £12 for them, you'll get a horrible, chemically smelling. It's a bit nasty, if we're honest. They're not very nice. Your house will smell like a 1970s sweet shop. It's not a very nice smell at all. It puts a lot of people off, and they're just not nice. However, if you go to Cochin or Neom or Molten Brown, these things can cost 50 quid. I mean, they're not cheap at all. However, so what do we do then? Because we don't want to spend 50 quid a smelly and put 3 or 4 around the house. That's £200 on your refurb. We don't want to be doing that. So what I've got is a little tip for you, which is what we do in houses to give that extra layer of smell, which adds to the ambiance, it adds to the desirability of the property to help you sell it. So what we use is this. This is a carrier fluid. A carrier fluid, this one's Orgeo Clean Multi. This is one of the best ones on the market. That's about 60 quid for 5 litres. It's a big tub. And then we use a fragrance oil. Now a fragrance oil, this is a ½ litre. And this one is mandarin and sandalwood. So it's a ½ litre and 5 litres of carrier fluid. Now these things are fat bottom glasses. So fat bottom glasses with a thin neck. Sometimes they're called apotheker bottles, or vintage apotheker bottles you can use. And then these, they're about £1.60. And these are rattan sticks. And rattan sticks have got lots of little tubes in them. And that allows the carrier fluid to carry the fragrance up the tube and then come out the end and then make the smell. Right, so we've got all that. So they're about £1.60. These are about £7 or £8 for 100 sticks. So you can get them quite cheaply. Now, that's a big bottle. And these in the stores, if that was Molten Brown, in that particular smell, mandarin and sandalwood, that would be about 50 quid. We don't want to spend that sort of money, because I'm from Yorkshire and I'm a little bit tight. So what we do in our house is we use a smaller one. Again, it's got 3 rattan sticks in. This one's got, 4? Doesn't matter how many you put in, however many that fit in the neck. This one's a little diddly one though. That's a small bottle, 3 or 4 of these in the house, and then throughout the viewing period of your property, those will actually create the smell for you. Now, you can use any smell you like. This one, as I said, is what is it again? Mandarin and sandalwood. For some people, that's a little bit strong, so you could use lavender or you could use any fragrance oil you like, as long as you've got the mix right. So the mix is 85% of the carrier fluid, and this carrier fluid is natural, and it's slightly thicker than water, but not as thick as oil. The reason for that is because it's got to come up the tubes of the rattan stick. So it's got to be slightly thinner than oil and slightly thicker than water. And this fragrance oil is actually an oil. So that's quite thick. It's just quite a thick oil. Now, it's 85% of the carrier fluid, 15% of the fragrance oil, and then you dispense it into your bottle, mix it in a stainless steel bowl, because if you get the fragrance oil, which is this stuff, if you get the fragrance oil on your hands, you can't wash it off for ages. It lasts forever because it's incredibly strong fragrance oil. So stainless steel bowl, mix it up, 85%, 15% into your reed diffusers. Now that whole kit is about £100. And you can see, and I've got 8 of these diffusers. These are a little bit big, but 8 of these in my own house, in the home, and that's how much I've used. So this can last you a couple of years easily, because this will last about 6 months. That's quite a big one. This will last easily 3 months. So throughout your viewing period, one in the living room, one in a bedroom, one in the kitchen or a conservatory perhaps, and they will last you the whole 9 weeks easily for your viewing period. And it adds, as I say, adds that extra layer of the smell, the desirability to purchase the property. So that whole lot is about £100. It will easily last 2 or 3 years without a doubt, as long as you keep the screw cap on the bottle, of course, because the oils do evaporate, and so does the carrier fluid. But that's a very, very easy way of creating that extra layer on your gorgeously refurbed and dressed property. Well, I hope that helped, and forget this stuff. We don't need to be using baked bread and brewed coffee. We don't need to be using any of that stuff at all, because that's just it's a load of nonsense. No one does that in real life. So my name's Mark. If you'd like some help on your property journey, or you've got a bit stuck and you're not sure, these little tips and tricks can help you save money and make money, which is a good thing, and save you a bit of time. Click on the link below. Let's have a chat about it. There's no hard pitch or anything. If you're not a client already, it's a chat, see where you are on your property journey, see if I can help. So my name's Mark, and I'll speak to you soon.